believe so.
Good job.
See, you done something right now. You can retire. I'm joking.
Only took 8 months.
My shorts, but I didn't show my
Yep. I'm going to call the Tipton Common Council meeting to order, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on the agenda are the minutes from the last meeting.
Mayor, I move that we approve the July 22nd, 2024 minutes as presented.
Second.
A motion and second. All those in favor of approving the minutes as submitted signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Any amendments to the agenda this evening? Hearing none, this is the first meeting of the month, so we'll begin with Board of Works and Safety.
We had a busy meeting today, lasted over an hour, even with department heads out. So update from the Cemetery and Park Board was solid. Diana's been working hard on getting some new equipment to replace some of the older equipment. It looks, I saw some renderings, looks really nice. She got a grant for that. It's going to be fully ADA compliant. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So kudos to her. Some of you may know Stephen Thompson is no longer the pool manager. He's actually moving out of Tipton. So we'll be looking for someone to fill that role and kind of lead the charge at the pool. Then the bulk of the meeting was actually about planning and code enforcement. So some updates to the council. We opened bids to demolish the garage at 124 4th Street. We did demo the house some time ago. We've been having trouble with the garage, so that's going to come down now. Bergman Excavating is doing the demolition on that for $3,000. We opened some bids to demo the trailer at 928 Oak Street. Cost was $7,000. Bergman was the low bid. So we'll be moving forward with that. City may get lucky and get that on tax sale too. Then we issued an order to appear for 119 Northeast, also known as the Red Brick. They're going to have an order to appear. Then we did one for, actually Judy ordered to demolish at 522 North Condi, the house and the garage for several violations. We've had trouble with that property in the past. And then we actually picked one other property as a Board of Works, and that is one of the trailers by the school that's been open to trespass for months, one of the trailers. So we're going to have Mr. Ross come in if he would and take action on that. So 5 properties we're moving forward with and hoping to do a lot more. In addition, all the grass and trash Judy's been working on. And we got updates on some of the projects going on downtown, like where they stand in permitting and things like that. So it was a really busy Board of Works meeting. Mike is out on vacation, so we just got his meeting minutes or his report, and that was it.
Thank you. On the 522 North Condi, that was a previous location that we tore down. I'm not sure of that address on the one she mentioned today. I think it's in the 400 block of North Condi.
It's the Mitchell, or not the Mitchell, the Terry Netherton property.
Okay.
But she ordered the demolition. Yeah, so we did 5 today, actually.
Yeah.
Busy.
Cemetery Board?
Yeah, we had a meeting on August 12th, or it wasn't August 12th, it was a week ago. 2 burials, 3 cremations, 4 lots sold at $2,800 and 1 columbarium. They're working on going forward with the expansion of the cemetery. Plans are pretty much set for that, so. Just find a way to pay for it. We're good.
Thank you. Park Advisory Board,
Park Board did not meet.
Utility Board.
Utility Board met last Monday and week before last in these chambers. The minutes are in your packet. I did want to mention the groundwork for the water tower at 2831 is supposed to start this week.
Very good.
So
Sweet.
start pouring the foundation hopefully soon.
I saw they had some materials staged at the split, the Jefferson split.
Yeah,
Is that for the lift
there's,
station?
yes, they're getting close. Yeah, that lift station, I believe, will be 12 feet deep.
It'll be much deeper than that.
Is it gonna be?
I think it's
I
closer to
couldn't- I
30
couldn't
feet.
remember. I know it's gonna be unbelievable deep.
Very good. Thank you. Moving on our agenda. Next item on the agenda is down in resolutions and ordinances. First one on our agenda is Resolution 2024-12. It's a resolution transferring within the general fund for the pool budget. You have that resolution before you. It's a decrease in part-time wages and an increase in chemicals, $4,000.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2024-12.
Second.
A motion, a second to approve Resolution 2024-12. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. The second is ordinance 2024-05. That's an ordinance amending Chapter 11, Section 11.4. Further amendment to said section to adjust the schedule fees for nuisance and administrative fees set forth. This is the second and final reading. And again, this is related to trash nuisance and grass nuisance violations.
I make a motion that we accept 2024-5 ordinance.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve ordinance 2024-05 on second and final reading. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. The second is ordinance 2024-06. It's an ordinance to establish the Tipton Public Arts Commission on second and final reading. And we have some members in the audience here in support of the ordinance.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2024-06.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2024-06, an ordinance to establish the Tipton Public Arts Commission on second and final reading. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Yeah.
I am personally excited about that.
Council gets two
Me
appointments.
too.
And I have reached out to two people to see if they're interested, and the mayor kindly tried to take one of my appointments. So I got dibs on the greatest actor I've seen do a Jimmy Stewart in Tipton history.
Would you like to make that nomination too?
Do what?
Would you like to address those appointments?
I'm ready to make them, although I didn't hear confirmation back from Shelley, I don't believe.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would love to appoint both Chad Huff and Shelley Powell as the council appointments to the Arts Commission.
Does that need a second?
Yeah.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to appoint Chad Huff and Shelley Powell as council appointments to the newly created Tipton Public Arts Commission. All those in favor of the nomination signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Isn't that Powell or Howe?
Look forward to big things.
Rich, were you the one that seconded that?
Aye.
Ordinance?
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving down the ordinance list, we have ordinance 2024-08. It's an amendment to Article 11, Section 9-408, and it's related to the speed limits and various streets the city has annexed over the last, I would say, probably 2 years. That list is, of course, in the ordinance itself. This is West Jefferson from Old State Road 28 to South 300 West. Roadways 300 South 300 West from West Jefferson to Old State Road 28. West 200 South from West City Limits to 200 Southwest. South 200 West from 4th Street to Fairgrounds Road. Fairgrounds Road from 200 West to State Road 19. West 300 South from State Road 19 and West City limits, south 100 west from Park Road to South City limits. So obviously a long list of roads that required updating, inclusion into our sign ordinance. And this is presented to you for first reading.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 2024-08.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve ordinance 2024-08 on first reading. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion carries.
I did share with the mayor, this is the first reading, but obviously I'd like to get the speed limit signs correct by the time we post it on the second reading.
Correct, the timeline on getting those posted. And I didn't mention, but meant to, the speed limit proposed on those roadways is 30 miles per hour
on all of them.
to match the speed limit on other streets in the city, 30, yeah. The last we have is ordinance 2024-09. It's an ordinance amending ordinance 2023-17, and that is the maximum salaries and wages and other compensation for police officers, firefighters, and other employees of the city of Tipton. To clarify, this is for a name change. This isn't actually adjusting any of the salary ranges.
So we will no longer have a salary or salary for just the position of EMS manager. If you take this out, if you replace manager with captain.
Yeah, so the update is changing from EMS manager to EMS captain. That's after some conversation with fire department and some other individuals related to the fire industry who suggested that as we move forward with the solution for that position, manager is not a position within the fire industry that's recognized, but captain would be a position well recognized within that industry.
So it's just a nomenclature issue.
Correct.
So, okay. So why are we not changing them down below
Mm-hmm.
where it says EMS manager for fire chief and firefighter?
We need to finish out 2024, the year
Right.
2024, before we make any adjustments to that. So in your 2025 salary ordinance, you'll likely see changes in that line item.
Why?
There's some changes necessitating some quicker change to that position in 2024. So we're seeking to make those changes here in the next 30 to 60 days, which will require this adjustment to the salary ordinance this year.
I mean, we set this up so that it was possible for the fire chief to get the full 26, which I was hesitant to do. But that's some of the decision of the executive and himself. And then we also set it up so he could be allocated to an assistant chief or just a regular firefighter.
Correct.
And I think we allowed maybe half or 3/4. So is that some of the change we're looking at? Just trying to get a feel.
The
for
efforts as we're moving forward with, and this is through some financial analysis from Tammy and I on the position, we're going to seek a part-time external candidate to come in and dedicate the hours required to build the policies, create the training programs, manage certifications, review the charts, be the liaison with the medical director. As we did the analysis on an existing firefighter or civilian medic, the impacts to the overtime wages would actually surpass the budgeted $26,000, whereas a part-time person, through conversation of external individuals, feel confident we can get a candidate.
So fiscally, when we do budgets, will chief and you be prepared to submit how EMS is going financially, so we know if that makes
It is the
sense?
expectation to do at least an annual
Yeah.
presentation, not only for this council, but then also as a communication tool with the commissioners
Okay.
as we move forward.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the changes to ordinance 2024-09, or for ordinance 2024-09.
Second.
We have a motion seconded by Rich to approve ordinance 2024-09 on first reading. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
And
Motion carries.
Mayor, my understanding was that some of this was because the chief just didn't have the expertise. Nothing against a current chief. This is just something he didn't have the expertise to progress with and to manage. Right?
Yeah, simply as we've gone through now launching EMS countywide, it's become apparent that we actually do need somebody who's
Yeah.
got the certifications of a paramedic to manage this, especially as we're reviewing charts and in reviewing the drugs that are administered during said events. So he's acknowledged that he lacks the paramedic certification and to help support this effort moving forward to make this change.
Some of the bandwidth too.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, we set 3 or 4 years ago when we really wanted to start going to EMS. The thought and hope was we could pay firefighters more because they would become medic certified.
Mhm.
So it's better for them, better for us, better for everybody. I mean, so I remember our last update, Chief Stout, or Chief Bender said quite a bit of people are going through medic school and passing. So as long as it fiscally makes sense, which we thought it really would, it's good for everybody. Fire department, the city, county with better service. So
Yeah, we just recently had 2 pass their paramedic certifications. One's finishing up schooling, and anecdotally, there's potentially 2 or 3 others who are interested.
excellent.
Okay, moving on in the agenda, we're at claims.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve for payment claims 176,845 through 177,161 in the amount of $4,802,116.84.
Second.
Motion and seconded to approve claims. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Okay,
Aye.
hang on one second. I don't have those
Discussion?
numbers.
Do what?
I don't have them same numbers.
Oh, Rick, did you read them wrong again?
You had this total right.
76.
845. That's the first one.
I have 175,624 to 177,269.
No,
No,
that's not what we have.
I do not have that.
But I'll say let's approve those if you.
You guys need to look at them today.
Yeah.
Yeah, your first number is 176,845.
Yep.
Yep.
So minus 2. And the last number is 177,161.
177 what?
161
161.
to American Structure Point.
I don't understand. Because your pages, seem to have missing.
No, 15. Scissors 15.
Do you have, are they not in order? Is there a
Pages-
177,269 for Wex?
No, they're all in order.
Pages are in order and they go up to, there's nothing on page 15. But
Oh, yeah.
What's your dates?
Through
6/20/24 through
August 9th, August 12th.
8/9/2024.
the batch at the top says 812. but-
Here's a couple in here for 812.
You wanna
Do-
pass that down and then we can
Yeah.
move on with public comment and stuff?
Yeah, let's do that because. Do you want me to make copies so you guys can see that one?
Unless someone can spot the issue right away.
I just don't think they,
There's
Use
your make
them all.
copies, all this.
Yeah, as I say, is the totals still the same?
what was the total?
On that front sheet?
Four.
Yeah, the total's the same.
802.
4,802,000.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you have 4 here that predate the date filled. from
Well, I
the,
think them were ones that were, they didn't get picked up when we approved claims
The last time.
in the, like, cause there's 3 of them that are from like January, March or whatever.
there's
They
one
just
from
didn't get
January,
picked up.
3 from March.
When,
Okay.
That are,
I don't understand why the other ones.
they're not on ours.
Yeah, I don't know where these are coming from now. I don't know where these are coming from.
Cause them are the,
You said there's 3.
There's 4 at the beginning, 1 from January and 3 from
okay,
March.
the batch here that I have counts payroll vouchers. I have
This is in
177157 to 177269. I
Nope.
think it was the wrong, the copy for you guys was the wrong dates. I don't
Okay.
think it includes all of it.
Okay.
But I can make you a copy and you guys look it over.
Yeah.
I would like for it all to be approved so they can all be not out, because it's been 3 weeks.
Okay.
So,
We can make copies of that. No, I'm not making copies.
So we'll temporarily jump down to the next item on our agenda, which is petitions, comments, and memorials. As we wait for updated copies.
sorry.
I'd rather get it right than
Yes.
rush through it. Mr. Cochran?
Good evening, I'm Rob Cochran, I'm at 1033 Market Road, I'm on the Tipton Main Street Board. Last week I met with, or I think it was maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, I'm losing track of time. I met with the mayor and I discussed, as chair of the Economic Vitality Committee for Main Street, some of the stuff that we were doing concerning art and art in the downtown. We're talking about repainting some of the art in the alley, and then as well, working with Nate to identify some new mural sites. And so I was just curious about where that responsibility falls now in identifying new sites with the creation of this Public Arts Commission.
I think the Public Arts Commission is more citywide, so I think the efforts are collaborative in nature for those efforts as they move forward. I mean, a lot of this is still undefined because the group is still new, but they'll help to set up some building standards of sorts. If you want to do a mural, these are the policies or procedures that need to be followed. If you want to do an artistic mural for a crosswalk, these are the standards that we utilize moving forward. So that's their guidance. Yes, there'll be project-based too, but also from the perspective of best practices as we move forward.
So if I identify a new mural site, I would have to go before this Arts Commission to get approval for it, or how, do we know how that's gonna work yet, or?
I think some of that's still undefined, but I guess my expectation would be yes, that would be the
Okay.
process.
And because Main Street is such an integral part of art in the downtown, would we have any say in that, or have a seat, or anything like that?
Again, so some of this is still evolving but I think as the committees get created, then the answer to that would be yes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
I would just add, the one thing we wouldn't want to see is nothing get done because 2 boards just fight. We've had enough of that in Tipton, right? So
Yeah.
we just would, as Keegan said, we want it to be collaborative. So if a site was identified, or some give and takes and thoughts. I mean, that's happened with the design committee on facades in the past and stuff, and seemed to work. I mean, if our commission said no, I guess someone could put up a mural anyway, but we would hope that that's not the way things go.
Chad, you want to share anything with us? No.
You don't wanna do it, Jimmy Stewart him?
You don't have a,
Take a rain check on that.
Okay, you're saving it for,
Sure.
okay, that's right.
Where's our other two? They're always there. Andy Pumphrey and go to the place.
Nobody has anything else?
Mayor, you don't have any new business you want to share with us?
We are getting ready to relaunch the Mayor's Youth Council at the school corporation now that school's back in session. Been working with both Tipton and Tri-Central schools. What worked for us last time in a previous role was finding an on-site recruiter, teacher, sponsor who could help us on the ground. So Mrs. Fernung at Tipton School Corporation is going to fulfill that role again, and she's also helping to recruit somebody at Tri-Central. So our expectation is to get roughly 10 students from each school to participate, and then they'll be working through leadership curriculum offered through Schaefer Leadership Academy to impart some education as a piece of this. And then the second piece is working on a project. So as a group, coming up with a community-based project that they feel would help improve the community in some way. And so largely the second half of this Mayor's Youth Council, we'll be working on that, creating the budget, identifying the opportunities for grant funding or sources to fund the project, presenting before those boards to secure that funding, and then execution of the project. So that should be kicking off probably to start the month of September, allowing students an opportunity to get into the classroom and acclimated, and then introducing this moving forward. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I think, as I mentioned, I can't remember now if it's in a work session or not, but the pre-construction meetings for Jefferson Street, West Street projects, and then the trails are all being conducted in the next 2.5 weeks. So that'll help highlight timelines. The only one at this moment that I suspect is going to be a 2025 project is West Street, just given the size and scope of that, including utilities. But the other two we do expect, and also included in the Jefferson Street project is the pool parking lot. That won't get resurfaced, restriped. So that'll be all good projects to end 2024.
Yeah, I don't have the exact number, but I think utilities are planning on spending somewhere around 300,000.
On West Street? Probably more than that.
More than that, isn't it?
Maybe that's just.
That's a portion
Maybe
of
that's
that.
just. I don't have all those numbers.
Yeah. Oh,
All that
yeah.
work.
That would be their community crossings match, I believe. So then there's additional work that, which I think might be an
Remember
additional.
Jim talking about it. Thank you, ma'am.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, it's a good project.
Now's the time to do it.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Jenny. So it'll be the 4 on that first page.
I think you have some of them afterwards.
Yeah.
That wasn't on the printout. This is a 177.
Yep, the Wex ones, correct?
Something. It's a miserable one. think yours that you guys have was in order, APV order.
Yeah.
Mine is in APV order.
Okay.
Because 177, 269 is on yours.
Mhm.
It's just at the back of
That's why the totals were the same.
the
That's
total
why I was
was
getting ready to
saying
ask
that
whether
it
it's
just
same.
wasn't in
Okay.
the same APV order.
Okay. Back to it. Makes sense.
That's right.
When the council's had the appropriate time to review the list, I'd accept a motion to approve claims.
I'm not good I mean, I will.
Now we're gun shy.
You good?
Yep.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve claims 175,6243, 177,629 in the amount of, $4,802,116.84.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve claims. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? One abstention. Motion carries. Thanks, everybody, for our patience while we sorted through that. This time I'd accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Motion carries. Anybody here for the Arts Commission, if you could stick around for a quick photo, that'd be great.
Is there anything been discussed in the Board of Works about them fixing the curb that they ground up?
What curve?
We're on the corner of Court and Madison.